This is Say More with Carla Pesono. You're my first one.
Oh, really?
Literally.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Swear to God. I've never done this.
Bullshit.
We're about to talk about this. Yeah.
Congratulations!
Yeah.
Congratulations! Not the inauguration.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Oh, I am beyond honored.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Wait, are we rolling right now? We're just going to get into this. Welcome to Say More podcast with Carla Pesono. Today, we are joined by Toya Boudy, a New Orleanian chef, author, multidisciplinary artist, and owner of Poetic Justice Cream, or Just Ice Cream, a brand that celebrates creativity and community through food. Toya, welcome to Say More podcast.
Congratulations.
I can't believe I am even doing this and that you're my first guest.
I am so honored.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So you do a podcast.
Yeah.
So I've always wanted to do it. And so backstory for everyone, me and Toya met when I was the morning anchor at WGNO 6 years ago. And me and you were in the kitchen doing a segment and you made sweet potato bisque with a sherry cream. Mm-hmm. And I remember it being so good. And I'm like, I love this woman's energy. And because you were one of like the top chefs of Louisiana, you won an award and they were having that big event that coming following weekend. And yeah, now fast forward 6 years later, here we are.
I am blown away.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Oh my God, congratulations. And you're the perfect person to do this.
Oh, thank you.
And when I saw the email, I thought, this makes a lot of sense. It tracks. Just honestly, I love to watch the development of an artist and a creative and to see where, I see where the story's going. That was smart. Yeah. And I've been seeing you do different things and I was thinking, yeah, she's on it, man. Oh. She's on it. I've been thinking that silently, but to know you're doing this, and this is your first one?
Yeah. Yes. It's really exciting. Thank you so much. I feel like this is now the time that I have wanted to create this podcast because, I'm constantly just showing videos of these restaurants and reviews and whatnot, but I'm never saying more.
Yep.
And I thought that was the perfect name, Say More.
Yep. And they need to know more about you. You've built your voice.
Thanks, yeah.
Almost like the way you build a bridge. You have to build all these levels from the bottom. Sometimes you got to go deep down underground, underwater to really build. And all of this time has been building and coming up to a bubble.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. So this is really exciting. And you are so inspirational.
Thank you.
First off, love your look. If you guys are watching right now, she looks freaking fabulous.
Thank you.
And her teeth are so white. And we were just talking before we hit record, like how you whiten your teeth. Can you give people tips of how you whiten your teeth?
Yeah. I do. I use the simple coconut white strips, the ones that don't cause any problems or anything like that, any pain. They're natural. You can buy them from the dollar store. And I've been doing a regimen of whitening my teeth for years. And then I'll go on coffee binges or matcha binges. And I'm just or a lot of kombucha. Yeah. And I'll just jump back into it, especially right before I have an appearance. But I also use the blue light. You get a blue light from Amazon, like $12. So for $15, and the thing is that you have to whiten your teeth, wait 12 hours before you drink or eat anything that can stain a t-shirt. That's the thing. And then after that, your pores close in your teeth and then you'll see the difference because most people get discouraged because they see the white. Because when I first got my teeth whitened, maybe my daughter had to be 12, she's 26, so however long that was. I looked in the mirror right after, I was like, oh my God, I see nothing but calcium deposits and whatever. And it just looked splotchy. Girl, we went to sleep and woke up. And when we looked at each other, we was like, oh, your teeth. And that's what started it.
Wow.
And we both, and if you saw her, it would literally looks like, someone asked me if I had veneers before and I was like,
yeah, it looks like veneers. I am doing this. Because I drink coffee and you always worry about your teeth getting stained.
You want to know what else I did?
What?
I went to the dentist. My daughter got braces, right? And her teeth look like flat out $1 million veneers, right? I went to the dentist and I told him, I said, hey, when my daughter got her teeth, her braces off, they filed them and made them really even. That's why people with braces teeth, they always look so neat, right? I asked him to file my teeth. I said, make them even, get those ridges off.
Oh, wow.
Well, your teeth don't even need that. They're perfect.
Yeah, I got Invisalign. When I first moved to Louisiana 10 years ago and I was in Baton Rouge, I'll never forget this. I was 25. I was at dinner at Commander's Palace for my birthday.
I've never been.
I took a selfie. You haven't been to Commander's?
Never been to Commander's.
Wow. We're going to have to go. We should go on Friday when they do the 25-cent martinis. That's always like brunch, lunchtime is always so much fun. But I remember taking a selfie and being like, okay, my teeth are totally crooked right now. Because when I was little, I used to suck my thumb.
Yeah.
And my whole family has perfect teeth, except for me because I sucked my thumb. And so I was like, I'm going to get Invisalign. But now they're good. It took 2 years and now, I was on TV and stuff. I was wearing like the Invisalign with the rubber bands while I was doing the weather. And I would take the rubber bands out.
How was that possible?
I don't know how I did it. It was painful too.
It had to be. No,
I did it.
That braces run is scary. I was like, man, I would do it if I had to. But I tell you, it seems like it hurt. When I used to watch my daughter get hers done, I said, man. Yeah. Yikes. But she had the wires though.
Yeah. Ooh. Well, now they're all going to have perfect teeth. Yeah. So people that don't know you, you've done obviously a lot for New Orleans. You are a New Orleanian. You are an incredible chef. You were in cookbooks. You've done Food Network. Next Food Networks are all that. Take us back to when you first got started. Was like food always part of your life? You knew you were going to be a chef?
No, not at all. I had no clue I was going to be a chef. I grew up in a family of New Orleanians that cook. My daddy and my mama cook. So,
what part of New Orleans are you from?
Oh, I'm from the West Bank.
Okay.
Yeah. Both my parents are from the same area. Literally, they could walk to each other uptown.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to the West Bank, the best bank. I love when people do that with the W hand.
Isn't it? Dad, you would not catch me doing that. Not me, Jack.
Good.
Nah, man, I got a little too much swag for that one, baby.
Yeah, thank you.
No, but no.
I would never guess West Bank.
Yeah. Well, I think the reason my cousin and I broke this down one day over dinner, why I didn't fit in on the West Bank, because I was always punished. I was always punished because I was messing up in school. So I was punished every summer and pretty much majority of the school year. Once the report card started rolling, after like October, that's when my punishment started. When that first report card dropped. And I just was only allowed to be around my cousins. They're all on the East Bank. So I would only be around them all of the time. So, and my dad's an artist, and in the house, there's all of these things that he would create, and he's such a raw artist. And I think I was just engulfed in that lifestyle so much that when I got introduced to schools on the West Bank, it was like I was a sore thumb. I didn't fit. The colloquialisms wasn't the same. The stuff that I thought was, even my prom dress, which my cousins gave, helped me pick out, thought it was cool, but that got made fun of in school. At the prom, so it was just weird how I didn't fit. But when it comes down to the food thing and stuff like that, my family was just wrapped up in it. And if you need to eat, you got to cook. Right. Yeah. So I started my first time frying something on a stove was around 8 or 9 years old in a cast iron skillet. I remember I fried French fries, fresh cut, for Latrice Pinkins.
And, I love that you remember this.
I do, because I really wanted to impress her because she was a smart kid. And I was happy that her mom let her play with me, because parents didn't want their kids to play with me like that. Because, I was always in trouble. So, I mean, as a parent, I get it. You're just like, man, they're ragamuffin. Yeah. Don't even hang with somebody else's kid. Yeah. Don't ruin mine. But with her. And then it jumped. I kept cooking and just doing stuff. It was like a commodity, like we get commodity boxes and stuff like that, commodity foods. It'd be like a culinary Christmas for me. But that was my friend, food. Yeah. I didn't have, TV to watch because I was punished, So like if I'm home alone, or because I was a latchkey kid too, because I'm home alone, like what I'm going to do? I'm going to cook something. I'm going to play in the kitchen, let's make cookies. I got the ingredients, that kind of thing. And then when it really switched into somewhere serious was when I had a summer school habit. I would go to summer school I went to summer school from 6th grade to 12th. And my mama noticed the trend. And right before it was time to go to high school, before 10th grade, she was like, I'm not paying this summer. She said, if you wanna go, you better find a way to make the money to go to summer school, because I'm not paying for it. This is just something you're doing, which I commend her for. I, at 15, went home, made 2 plates of food, and walked to 2 corner stores. I walked to a Danny and Clyde's, and I walked to a Super Saver. Now, the Super Saver was the beginning of Brothers.
Wow.
Now, ain't that that's some stuff?
Oh, yeah.
So, at the time, Danny and Clyde's, they said no. And then the Super Saver hired me, and it was paying me like $210, $220 every Sunday to cook. I was a cook at the corner store. So at 15, I was cooking for the neighborhood. Didn't even know it.
Wow.
I was just doing, you want a 30 whatever inch po' boy? When I saw people going viral with that, I was thinking, man, I used to make that when I was 15.
That's
like,
amazing.
You know.
What was your go-to? Like, what was your favorite one to make?
Hot sausage.
The Pattons?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's all they had.
Yeah,
the hot sausage patty, you have to, ironically, you think they put them on a griddle. I don't know if they do now, but back then.
I think they do griddle now.
Oh, wow. They deep fried them back then. You have to drop them in the grease and then pull them up, and then you put them on there and you layer them. I used to love wrapping po' boys.
Yeah.
I love wrapping things.
Yeah.
Not
a
gifts.
Burrito.
Yeah, like tuck.
The tuck.
It's like a perfect little, but I can't wrap a gift to save my life. Yeah.
Okay, so then you got into so let's fast forward. Mm-hmm. So you were how old when you were like, all right, I'm going to start doing the TV stuff?
Whew.
Because did you always know, like, okay, I have a presence, I have a personality. Like for me, like I always knew I wanted to perform, but I didn't know I would be getting into food and such. Mm-hmm. I'm obviously not a chef, but for you, like you are the full package. Mm-hmm. So did you always know that? Did you have the confidence?
Nope. Nope. I didn't know that I had talents and gifts until I was 25, 26. Mm-hmm. And it was just a deep moment with God where I was like, after Katrina, sometime I was in Baton Rouge, and I said, either you take my life or I'm going to take it. I don't want this anymore. I've seen a lot. I'd had a baby at 16. I felt like I was crappy at figuring that out. I was always messing up and changing everybody's life because that's how I viewed me doing that. That's how the know-it-all energy got knocked clean out of my system when I got pregnant at 16 and figured out that everybody's life changed because of my choice. Yeah. So it was like time went on. I became a poet and an abstract artist, and I was acting before I did anything. I was always in culinary school. I went to culinary school for a 2-year program for 12 years, off and on, because I had this war on the inside with food. Because I felt like I don't want to be stuck in the kitchen. And that's cool for everybody I have friends who are like back of the house chefs and they grind and I call them for tips if I have to do something bigger than I normally do or whatever. But that's just not my thing. Like once I figured out in the poetry world that I walk into the room, imagine 25 years of my life, no one looked when I walked in a room. Wow. This face is still the same. That's why I could never get a big head. You're stunning. Oh my God. Thanks. Never bought me a sandwich. You know what I mean? Because I spent a significant chunk of my life not being noticed. And then all of a sudden, when I start speaking from my gut with these words that I would say words I don't even know. And I had to Google stuff to figure out, what does this word even mean? Why am I thinking of this word hyacinth? Like, I don't understand. How did I think of that? So I took that personal and, I spent years developing myself as a poet and as an actress and as an abstract artist. And then I got pregnant with my son, and that was a very tumultuous time. I'm talking eviction, bad breakup, abusive relationship, on house arrest while I was pregnant. Like it was just like, even my sister felt like, and she voiced it to me later, she said, I just felt like you couldn't catch a break. Yeah. And imagine somebody saying they watching you thinking, dang, she can't catch one, And then I ended up at the time working at Capital One, and then I got fired. from Capital One. And after I got fired from Capital One, at the time, I'm not married now anymore. I'm divorced now. But before, during the wedding, I mean, it was 2 days before my wedding when I got fired.
Oof.
And then I had to go home and tell someone I was about to marry that I don't have a job. And he looked at me and he was like, I mean, didn't you go to school for something for a while? Because we got married 3 months after we met each other. And pretty much 6 months, I'm sorry. So that happened. And then it was just like, I'm gonna go back to culinary school. Had one semester, ended. And then after that, I went out for Hell's Kitchen after I graduated. And I was so close. Girl, I was so close, Carla. And they were asking for the IDs, you know the process, all of that. I was like, oh, I got it. And then through via text, they texted me and told me that they weren't gonna go my way, which I kind of had a feeling. It didn't surprise me, but it hurt me because I wouldn't give them the mad Black woman that they wanted. What are you gonna do when Chef Ramsay get in your face? And he kept doing this. And I said, I'm grateful to have an opportunity.
Yeah, they want
First of all, you don't even understand. I was raised with a Black mama, baby. You could get in my face with a lot of stuff and I'm still gonna be, yes.
That's exactly, yeah.
Because you know better. You know?
That's exactly how I am too. Italian household, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
I did a Master Chef. And Gordon,
I know.
they're all being like snippy at you and you're just like, okay.
You don't understand.
Yeah.
Like I woke up with this. Like,
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? But yeah, so after that, I said, I'm gonna get my own show. And honestly, I feel like whenever you get to the point to where you're fed up and you're like, F it, I'm about to do this myself. I'm not waiting for nobody. And that's what I said. And then after that, I started my YouTube channel and it wasn't even like popping. But for some reason, that was the thing that got people's attention.
Isn't that so incredible how all you have to do is hit record? Like, just do it.
You just gotta do it.
Just step into who you are and everything will open up. You don't know what's going to happen, but if you're like living authentically of you and being on the frequency that you think you deserve to be, things will always come to you.
Right.
And I think people don't realize that. They're scared. And it's like, that's all you have to do.
It's scared of the change though.
Yeah.
Because even there's a new project that I'm about to start working on after this week. And I caught myself last week being scared.
Yeah.
And I kept asking myself, what am I scared of? What am I scared of? All the things I've done. Why am I scared of this thing that I should be natural at? And then I got honest with myself on a walk. You're afraid that it might actually work out just how you think in your mind.
Amen.
And that's why I did that video recently that I posted about that.
And that's exactly how I feel right now sitting with you. I've been freaking out I've been planning this podcast for so long and I kept putting it off. And I'm like, I have this incredible team behind me that's helping me. I'm like, I have to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm finally here sitting in the chair doing it right now. And I'm like, why am I scared? What is this hesitation? And it totally is. It's like, what can happen? Like it could be as, you know,
it may be just as big as you feel.
Right.
And with that, you have to accept the reality of that.
Yeah.
You know, one, you got to pay attention to the setup. The setup is that you have a team behind you that just came.
Right.
And it worked out, right? That's a green light. Like the classic, the personal journey, like from the Alchemist, right? You got that green light. So you take that green light and then you have the rest of everything. The rest of everything is like, wait, if I hit this one, there's got to be a next one. It wasn't even 2 weeks after I did this book when I went on Today's Show. We went out to eat with the publishing company. And at the end, I'm talking not even 2 weeks. She put the card down and she said, start thinking about the next book.
Wow.
Ma'am, I'm barely holding on. If you read the book, you see how personal the book is. I had to pull out of myself. I didn't even call myself ambitious until I wrote this book. When I heard I heard myself write the story for the 15-year-old walking down the street. Who would do that?
Right.
You walk down the street with 2 plates of food, girl. So it's just that thing. And when I got home, I was like, that's it right there. That's why people don't want to achieve anything, because the tap is there. I literally went to my professor crying.
Yeah.
And telling her that I just did it.
Right.
And they asked me for another one. And then she told me how to execute, basically telling them, it's okay. I made them wait like 2 years before I even would talk to them for real about something.
Yeah.
Because it was so heavy. But that's why, like, you have to keep going.
Yeah. I think it gets overwhelming with, like you're saying, like it gets so overwhelming. And when you reach a goal, it's like, okay, I reached it, but sometimes you don't even celebrate your wins.
Nope.
And it's like, we should be like super excited and like, oh, I got this. Okay, what's next? And I think that's why people are just left so unhappy.
Yeah.
Because they're not realizing, okay, well, I just did something. This is like, you just wrote that book. You did it. You're on the Today Show talking about it. That's huge. But naturally, we're always like, okay, well, what is next? Because when you reach that goal, people think when you reach it, okay, I'm done. Oh, I did it. And I'm but that's not how life is. You still have more time to live. So it's like, what is next?
Right. And that's hard. But, Will Smith, I studied a lot before I got on television. I was very intentional about the shows I signed up for and the things I turned down. And I used to watch a lot of interviews of people's career I admired, whether I admired their career or like their personal life with their career, like Keanu Reeves. He has a personal life. I like that. What did he do? So I need to watch interviews about him. Or this person went from an A-list to a C-list or a D-list. How did that happen? What did they accept? Right. What did they, whatever? What did they do? And Will Smith said something that was very interesting. It was around, I think it was I Am Legend, whatever it was, where he had a bunch of booming movies around the same time. And she was like, how are you staying on top? And I love that he redirected her question. He said, you should be asking me, how do I stay there?
Right.
Because she asked, how does it feel to be on top? She said, you should ask, how do I stay there?
Yeah.
Because every time you go up a mountain, you go, all right, hit this summit, I'm going to go down.
Yeah.
Right?
Because you have to.
Like you said. But what happens, he said, instead of going back down the mountain, how you go down the mountain is basically through self-sabotage.
Yeah.
So you get this thing and then you immediately maybe start entertaining somebody who is in a healthy relationship.
Right.
And you're like,
or doing choices in your life.
Where did this, it's weird, but you see that thing happening with people's career, especially women too.
Oh yeah.
You see that they get to this height and then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, who is this? Come on.
Yeah.
But it's that balance of, really trying to come back down and get a breather from the mountaintop.
Yeah.
The air's different up there.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just climb a mountain. Crazy.
Yeah.
You got to prepare your lungs.
Yeah.
Same thing with your career.
Absolutely.
I think that's what you've been doing though.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have always knew that I wanted to do what I'm doing. And at first I didn't know how I was going to get there. I was a news anchor. I was in the business and I was miserable. Didn't even realize how miserable I was. I thought the goal in life was going to be, I was going to be on the Today Show. I was going to be the next Hoda. And I then soon realized like, this is not the business for me. I cannot be getting up at 2 a.m, going to bed at 5 p.m, 4 p.m.
It's a
doing
grind.
It's a grind. They own you. They don't pay you that well. And I was like, I love being a presence and a community member and helping out businesses and talking about food and the culture and storytelling. It's like, how can I do it? And I just figured it out. I was like, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to start my own media company and I'm going to just do Carla. And then ever since I just did me, everyone comes to me, just do you. I think that's the most important advice I could give to someone is like, stay in your fulfillment and your presence, because when you are living on that frequency, it truly does come to you. You don't have to worry. And you talk about this. You have a podcast. And actually, I wanted to bring up because I was listening to the episode, Your Imagination is God's Playground. Oh. That line, your imagination is God's playground. And how you use your imagination, it's the best. Everyone needs to listen to it. It's the 5 Senses podcast with Toya Boudy. Your Imagination is God's Playground. how you use your imagination to create your life. And when I was listening to this, I was getting jacked up in the car. I was listening to it when I was driving. I'm like, that's exactly what I did. And like, once you truly believe it, the universe runs behind you.
Runs.
Right? And like, so what advice can you give to people who struggle with that? Because competition is just an illusion.
Oh, yeah. It ain't real. It ain't real. And speaking as a person who's been on multiple competition shows, you know, it's not real. I only did that just to strategically build my resume.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but as far as competition, it's an illusion. Like there's no way the craziest thing in the world would be to compete with Carla, because Carla has been Carla for however many years.
Right.
I just met you. You know, it doesn't make sense. You're going to do you better than I would do you anyway.
Right.
You know, so like, I think people don't realize that there's a lot of pitting with society, where things kind of put you
in a box.
Yeah, to look at other people a lot. And comparison is a real thing. It's a killer, you know, it's a real thing. But, you know, I would suggest to tell people to just, you're not going to lose no money. You're not going to lose anything just trying to believe. Just spend time imagining what it would feel like. Now, you know what's funny? I did all of that way before I learned about the teachings that like different neuroscientists have, like Joe Dispenza, of imagining, meditating until you get moved to tears. Oh my God, I've been doing that since I was a kid. I would lock myself in the bathroom and cry, thank you, thank you. Girl, what are you accepting? What award are you? Which is crazy.
Wow.
What award are you? I didn't have any thespians around me growing up. No one was in the arts. I'm literally the anomaly of the family. They're just like, what? What are you doing? And it's like, okay.
I kind of am too.
Yeah, it's like that.
It's so crazy. Yeah, they don't understand.
Mm-hmm. They don't get it.
Yeah.
They think your time is absolutely free all the time. I tell my daddy yesterday, I need a schedule, Jack. If you want me to do something, I know you think that I'm just la 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 la. I'm a creative, la 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 la. I have all day.
All day.
I don't.
No.
You know, but it takes
Working
a lot.
more than ever.
Yeah. And then to know that if someone's wanting to build their life, you have to be brave. And being brave does not mean that you're not scared.
Right.
It's okay.
We're all scared.
Be afraid. I'm scared all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but I just do it scared.
I think the biggest thing that I think too is like, you have to realize we are a blimp in this. Like, we are not
tiny.
No one in 100, 200 years, no one's even remember your memory, like who you are. You're gone. So why are you scared? Do it. Life is so short. Mm-hmm. Just go for it. What do you have to lose? That's why I always take the vacation. Mm-hmm. Like, what if next year I get sick and and you have kids. So maybe for me, it's easier. Like, and I know people will be like, yeah, Carla, it's easy for you. You don't have kids.
No,
you don't have
it's intentional.
But it's intentional. You have to do it. I don't care if you have a family or you got a job to
budget.
Be at. Yes.
My God, you spend a trip all the time.
Yeah.
Every time going out to eat, you're spending money towards a trip.
Absolutely.
I mean, I went to 1,000 Figs and it was like $20. You know what I mean? Like, that's $20 right there.
Absolutely.
People do that every day for lunch.
And vacations are really not that expensive if you do it right. I travel all the time and I'm like, I could have spent this in New Orleans, like on a weekend. Like, you really have to do it properly. Mm-hmm. And half the time, these countries are way cheaper than America. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I think just like knowing that you could do whatever you want when you want. Mm-hmm. Like, you really can. And it's just like everything beautiful will come your way if you stay in that mindset. Like, you are provided for.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. You're provided for. You have to be willing to do the work to get to that place, though.
Absolutely.
That confidence that we're speaking, because see, to be clear to anyone listening or watching, we're saying things smooth off the tongue audibly. But know that there is a lot of grit and work that goes into that. But know this, people get like, when it comes to like self-development or whatever, like, kind of work. But you do realize that you're working one way or the other.
Yeah.
You're going to grind at that 9 to 5 and meet those numbers that you don't even really know what's going on with that. Or you're going to go and do it for yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm either going to be stressed out about wondering if I'm going to get another speaking gig, or I'm going to be stressed out wondering if I'm going to be cut from this job because the government shut down.
Right.
Either way it goes, I think this is the prime. I think between quarantine and this for sure should let people know.
Yeah.
Is it that risky to be a creative?
Right.
True.
This is now the time to do it.
Yeah.
I keep looking at like these kids now, like the way, if I grew up with this technology, oh my gosh, be so far in advance. Cause I was making videos, like fun videos when the webcam first came out. When that cam came out, I was like, oh, and I started making videos and editing. And and it's so ironic that that's what I do for a living.
That's so cool.
It's weird.
Man, that's like the
people
book.
Don't know that.
That's like the book that I started reading when I first started really like getting serious about purpose-driven parenting. And Rick Warren wrote a book about helping children find their purpose. And he said that you can find out what a child's purpose is by the toys they gravitate to.
Yes.
So think about the thing that I thought about that instantly.
Wow, that's really crazy.
That webcam that you're doing this now.
Yeah.
And
when I was 10, I was like, Mom, it was called Intel Play. I don't know if anyone remembers this. And you would record and it had a whole editing system. And I figured it out on my own. I've been self-taught since I was a kid. When I got into news and I had to edit all of my videos, I did that all myself. I never asked for help. I always knew the direction of how I wanted to tell that story. And I still do that, ironically, to this day. It's just so funny.
But it was so purposeful because even you saying that, oh, I didn't, I was miserable there. You was miserable there because you ain't know what it was leading to.
Yeah.
But if you look back at it and switch the narrative of the situation, you can look back at it and form all warm memories so that misery won't even exist. Because you look at it like, God, this prepped me for this.
Oh, absolutely. Everything preps you. Like I had a horrible relationship. I had a horrible job. And when that happened, it broke me. And then I started my real career, which was like stepping into who I was supposed to be. And I've never looked back. And my life has been so much better for it. Cutting out all the crap that was in my life and realizing I don't need those people. Right. I think for so long, we always hold on to like, well, I need that boss or I need that relationship. But it's like, you don't, because it's you, yourself, and I at the end of the day. It's like, it's you, it's your body. Right. What do you want? Like no one's going to take you to where you need to go. No one knows what you truly need or want or deserve. Like you only do. So I really learned that and I stepped into that and now I'm where I'm at and I'm just going to keep going because I don't know what the future holds. I'm starting this podcast. I love what I do. But you don't know. Yeah. Like you're going to keep creating.
And it's going to keep moving upward too.
Right.
Like completely.
As long as you stay with integrity. That's another thing.
That's it.
Integrity. Don't start working with people because they gave you money.
It's not just because of the money. That's one thing that I noticed from watching the interviews. Denzel Washington. He talked about how before he got Glory, he was offered a movie that he called The N-Word They Couldn't Kill, right? And he was just like, it basically would have been like not a low budget movie, but movies that immediately like get delisted. Yeah. But it was something like that. And he was like, yeah, if you hang him, he wouldn't die. If you shot him, they try to drown him, they try to whatever. And he's like, that's just not the character and the image of my people that I want to display. And he said they offered him $50,000. And he said that was the most money he had ever been offered. And he turned it down. And then after that, he got Glory. That put him automatically on the A-list train because he was with Morgan Freeman. Same thing happened with Jada Pinkett Smith. She was supposed to be Six from Blossom, the show Blossom. She was supposed to be the fast-talking friend. Like that. She turned that down and they were PO'd that she turned that down because the agent was like, we just had this locked in, blah, blah, blah. They had to find another person. And she got on A Different World. That took her career to a whole nother place. You know,
Yeah.
it was a bunch of people who did jobs like that just said, nah, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Like even with this agency that I just started working with, I was telling them, I said, oh, no, we don't have to aim to pitch my show there. We don't have to do that.
Yeah.
I've done enough to where I don't have to grab low hanging fruit. No offense.
Right.
Go right here. I've done the work to get there.
Yeah.
Not just me being cocky, but it just, you know, it's a tactic and you really have to dig in and believe.
And yeah, exactly. And don't be like scared of, oh shoot, but I really need this, or I need that money, because it never is going to be fulfilled.
It's never.
It's like when you eat like a really crappy meal,
man.
fast food or something, and you're like,
man, Taco Bell,
I don't
Nacho
know, I'm
Bell
starving.
Grande.
I really need it. So you eat it, but you don't feel good after, and it's not serving you. It's not feeding your soul. It's like you have to remember to always live in that frequency. I always say that, like, live on the frequency and the mindset that you want to live on, and everything is provided for. It's so crazy. And I know like it's easier said than done, but it really is true. And we are both people sitting here right now that have gone through that and have tested that.
Right.
Like ever since I went on my own, everything has been provided for.
It lets you know.
I literally think, yes, it lets you know.
The path lets you know. I think it's the future you. I think it's the future Carla. The future Carla saying, hey, come this way. We're going to really love it here. That's what, you remember in the shower when you said that you just want to be really happy and you just want peace?
Yeah.
It's here. It's this way. Come this way, Carla.
Yeah.
But you try to go to the blanket.
Yeah.
Which is the things that you know.
Right.
Unless you just dare to be cold. Because the new is cold. It's bull. I'm trying to keep my mouth clean. But it's BS. If somebody acts like it's just a smooth ride, it's not. It's very cold.
Yeah.
It's not fun, and you do lose people.
Yeah.
Because some people can't fit.
Absolutely. But what's so cool is all these beautiful people come into your life.
If you let them, yeah.
The best friends ever since I went on my own. The best contacts, the best clients.
Because you're being Carla.
Because I'm just being me.
Yeah.
You know, you just stay in your purpose. You just stay like who you are. It's really like cool.
That'll help you sustain what you gain.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. It's easier to get there, but to keep what you get is something completely different.
Yeah. And be grateful. You know, you got to live it with gratitude. I always say, it's my favorite line. I always do it when I'm cheersing. An attitude of gratitude brings opportunities.
It does.
You know? I saw it on a tea bag. What was that tea? Yogi tea. I was drinking in the weather center.
Them yogi quotes get you in your gut.
They get you.
They get you in your gut.
And I always say it now whenever I'm cheersing, like even if I'm taking a shot, I'm like, an attitude of gratitude brings opportunity. Cheers. I was like, ooh. That's deep.
Them yogi quotes get you.
Oh my God. Let's go back to like New Orleans cuisine. Because obviously like you're from here. I'm not from here. I've been covering the food scene for now 10 years, which is crazy. And I'm obsessed with Louisiana culture. And that's why I'm here. And that's why I've grown my brand here. What is your favorite thing to cook that's New Orleans?
Gumbo. Hands down. And that's because of the history of it. Yeah. I used to teach at New Orleans School of Cooking. So I had to teach like the history of meals while I'm cooking them and stuff like that for people from all over the world, right?
Do you still do that?
No.
Okay.
But so with doing that, like I started to really gain this love. I started basically creating little programs and things for me to do when I speak at places or if I'm dealing with children, basically Black history on a plate, right?
Yeah.
So during the quarantine, I started teaching for this forum, Reconstruction.us, unapologetically Black education. People from all races will be turning in photos, which is brilliant for a mom who's trying to make sure her kid doesn't go the wrong way. You introduce them to the cultures. These kids cooking collard greens and, you know, like just stuff and find out the history of it and stuff like that.
It's
so like
soul.
And gumbo is one of them that I feel like.
Like a seafood gumbo or like a sausage and chicken? Or?
Sausage and chicken. I do like seafood gumbo, but sausage and chicken is the main one that I really do cook for people.
Is there anything in your recipe that not a lot of people are doing that you're like, oh, you got to start doing it like this?
I don't know. Maybe the way I prepare when I'm doing a show off gumbo. Like there's a gumbo I do quick, and there's a gumbo that's it's like a template recipe, right? And there's a gumbo that I do like when I'm really just rolling out the carpet for somebody and I'm bringing out like the china, right? I cook smoked turkey necks for 2 hours.
Ooh.
2 to maybe 2.5 hours. And I let that broth get real rich, salty, and like strong. And then I add that to the gumbo.
Oh, yeah.
That's the difference. I mean,
that does make such a difference.
It does. I mean, that's the one thing I do. I feel like gumbo is one of those things where it's a feeling. You know,
it is.
You like who you like the gumbo of who you like more, almost.
Yeah.
You know, because there's a lot of people who like their mama gumbo, but their mama gumbo ain't slapping.
Yeah.
But
because it's the nostalgia, it's the feeling, it brings you home.
Yeah, I've eaten a lot of meals that I thought it's not the best meal that I've had, but I like to eat this meal from this person because they make it.
You probably don't go out to eat gumbo often because you make it yourself, right?
Never.
Okay, yeah. Because I was gonna say, where do you think, for people listening, where can you go get some really good gumbo?
I will say one thing. I don't eat things that I grew up eating like Ivy Push out in public. I just don't. But if I had to bet on 2 bowls of gumbo somewhere, if it wasn't one of my chef friends, I would probably say Niao's possibly because they cornbread dressing. I took my mama there. My mama could cook somebody under the table, both my parents. I took my mama there and I said, Ma, they cornbread dressing tastes like yours. She tasted and she sat back and she said, that do taste like mine. It really does.
Wow.
But
I don't think I had the cornbread dressing there.
Ooh.
I was just there the other day. I'm featuring their charbroiled oysters.
Rolling like it got wheels, girl.
Wow.
Girl, sis, I'm telling you, it's something to try. Now, I never had their gumbo, but I would imagine it's probably good. Or, surprisingly enough, I was out to eat with some friends randomly at Miss Rivers. Now,
oh yeah, Miss Rivers is good.
Yeah, I was making fun of them because we were just ribbing them at the table. Like, man, why would you go to a place knowing you a Black New Orleanian and order red beans in a restaurant? Man, are you high? Like, what kind of New Jack City dope are you smoking? Yeah. And when it came to the table, he ate it and he said, I'm not mad at it. And I said, no, you lying. And I tasted it. I said,
it was so good.
Man, them red beans rolling at Miss Rip.
I didn't have his red beans yet.
If I would have just even thought that red beans would be that, I would have got it. Like, it's that good.
It's that good.
I just won't pay them. I'm not going to throw it at the park. But
I know. I feel you.
I ain't doing it.
Yeah.
I live here.
I know. It's so funny. I think that's why another thing I love so much about the food down here is I relate it so much with Buffalo, where I grew up, because like being Italian, like you would never really go out for sauce, like your mom makes it, right?
A red gravy,
and you guys have the same thing down here with red beans, jambalaya, and gumbo. You don't go out for those 3 items. Yeah. Like every time, the best I've had was always at someone's grandma's house. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Yeah. But I hate when people ask me that question, Carla, and listen, there are some great places for gumbo. Restaurant Revolution, I think, has the best like quail stuffed gumbo. It's phenomenal. Mm-hmm. Seafood gumbo, my favorite is Willie Mae's. Mm-hmm. I think they do a great seafood gumbo. But with jambalaya, where do you go out for jambalaya? Like, I hate when people ask that. I couldn't even tell anyone. I couldn't tell you. I mean, we grew up annoyingly eating it. Yeah. Yeah, my mama made food from scratch we saw that Pyrex disc filled with, and she made red jambalaya. Pyrex disc filled with that red jambalaya. You'd be like, man, we about to be eating that for 2 to 3 days. Absolutely. That's yeah. So I grew up eating, I used to want Hamburger Helper. I used to think those kids who got that in the San Francisco treat had it going on. Isn't that funny? Man, you gotta be a scientist to make, the San Francisco treat. I've never made it successfully. Wait, San Francisco treat?
What rice-a-roni?
What's San Francisco treat?
That's what it's called from the tagline. Oh, you're younger than me. Definitely by at
Wait,
least about, maybe it has to be about 10 years.
No, not
maybe.
even, no, not 10 years.
No.
I'm about to be 35.
Yeah, well, rice-a-roni.
Wait, what is it? Rice-a-roni, that was their tagline?
Yeah, the San Francisco treat. That's why you saw the streetcar going.
Oh, that's so funny. So they did it like a local campaign with the streetcar?
No.
Or they San Francisco streetcar?
San Francisco.
Oh, maybe I just don't remember the commercial. Maybe it was around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I have siblings 5 and 10 years older than me. So everything that I remember is usually...
Totally. That's how I'm the baby of 4.
So far.
Yeah.
So far. But yeah, no, it's like that rice-a-roni, that little... I just could never... It was just too much for me. I've never made it, ever, successfully. It's always crunchy.
I don't think I've ever made rice-a-roni.
Mm-hmm.
My mom made it, I think. Yeah.
Nah, the people who make it from scratch, they for real.
Yeah.
Because it's nothing but really pasta. They take that angel hair pasta and they brown it.
Oh, that's so true.
Wild beans.
Yeah.
Wild.
My grandma always used to make this Spanish rice,
mm-hmm.
and it was so good.
Mm-hmm. I love that different cultures have that. That's one of the things I want to tie in with my show, is that like basically Cooking for the Culture is taking you and giving you a peek over the Black New Orleanian fence. So, because a lot of people misunderstand how we are here, watching TV and stuff like that, and people making it seem like everybody's walking around saying Lizzie Bon Ton Roulette, or either it's just dangerous or whatever. But we have a certain kind of vibe being born and raised here. And, it's the same thing with different foods and stuff. It's like, if I can get you to realize that there's Spanish rice or Italians, if I can get someone to see that we make red gravy and we make brown gravy and y'all make red gravy, right? I'm no longer looking at you as Italian. When I first found that out, I thought, oh, we eat alike. And then all of a sudden, I'm not thinking of the label. I'm thinking of a human.
Yes.
Oh, their life is very close to mine. You think about Spanish rice. You think about jollof. You think about jambalaya. You think about any fragrant saffron rice. In any culture, you could pick a rice dish that you're cooking with a flavorful broth.
Right.
And if you can put them all on the table and line them up, they don't look too far apart.
Totally.
But the people look far apart. But at the same time, you start looking like you're not thinking about that person being Armenian or something.
No.
You're thinking, oh, we eat alike.
Yeah.
It's something about the food.
I've noticed that too, like as I've been, obviously eating for a living now and going to all these different culture restaurants that I've never had, Ethiopian, mm-hmm. Indian. I never had Indian until I really came down here. Obviously Creole, like whatever. I was like, wow, wait, this is kind of like this version of that in another culture. And but it gives you that same feeling of warmth and soul. And that's why food is so special, Yeah. And it's so cool. That's why I love learning about it. Like, oh, this is what we could be sharing a meal and you're like, oh, this brings me back to this memory, or this brings me back to my grandma when she used to cook it, or that smell. Yeah. It's just like the soul that goes through it. It's so important.
Right. And I think it's really good what you're doing with going to people just think that that it's eating and trying food and giving a review, but it's more than that, because you're giving people a look into a world that they may never go into. Yeah. They may never even try it, or they may just because you tried it. Yeah. Because some people are really stuck at the chicken nugget phase, you know? Because they eat what's safe. Yeah. And they don't want to be disappointed. Listen, let me tell you something. I am like that little boy with red cowboy boots that won't take them off. I can eat like a robot. I can eat the same thing. I ate sauteed mushrooms and rice for like 3 days now.
I wish I could do that.
Oh my God, I'm such a robot.
Yeah.
But out to eat, I can be a robot too, because I'm like, I don't want to pay for disappointment.
Yeah.
That's why I keep seasoning in my wallet.
Wow.
I have one of those camping things where one side has Cajun. I put one side has lemon pepper and the other has garlic. And that way I can season the food at the table and I don't have a bad attitude.
I can't believe you do that.
I went
do you
to
have a hot
Amazon.
sauce too?
Nope. I don't eat hot sauce like that.
Oh, you don't?
But
Okay.
I literally logged on Amazon and looked for portable seasoning because the real story is I had salt in a baggie, and my sister said that it's not wise for me to walk around with a bag of white salt in a clear plastic bag. She was like, Toya,
That looks...
I don't think that that's the best idea.
Yeah, no.
And I thought, well, I guess I'll buy salt shakers because now I look like a dope dealer.
Yeah, but down here, you don't have to worry about seasoning for most part. For
lies and alibis.
Where are you going? That's like, we don't have to bash people.
I definitely ain't doing that. Look, that ain't my thing. I just keep quiet.
I know, just keep quiet. Yeah.
I keep quiet. I'm like, ain't doing that no more. But I mean, listen, I've been a lot of places, but I get it though. Because I'm a very prismatic thinker. I think like how a diamond twinkles is a bunch of different sides. That's what causes the twinkling. But like I think from different angles, and I know that tastes like absolutely nothing with parsley on top. But I will say this. Their millions of whatever money that they're making, or six figures that they're making a year, that's probably coming from tourist dollars.
Yeah.
And tourist dollars, you know what they don't want? Seasoning.
Yeah.
Crazy. They come here, but they don't want seasoning. The food is so hot. You need to go home, ma'am.
Yeah.
But that's just what and they have to, pay to play.
Yeah.
The food has to be bland unless you go to a place that is like, that's my thing. And either you eat it or you leave.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just like spoiled because everywhere I go eat, they're seasoning it perfectly for the most part.
Especially I know with you showing up too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You're you.
That's true. That's true. I forget about that.
Mm-hmm.
But coming down here, I felt that things were oversalted.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like too much salt on certain things, and like hanging out with natives, they're putting so much salt on stuff. I'm like, we don't need that much sodium.
Mm-hmm.
That's why like during crawfish season, I blow up eating crawfish. Yeah, the sodium levels. And so,
I do it once a year and that's it. Once a year, and if I do it twice, I'm stretching it. Yeah. Like that's just, it's too much. And the best crawfish a lot of times has MSG in it and stuff like that. And, I'm not bashing none of it. I think it's good. I grew up on corner. I love corner store food. People always expecting me to want a white tablecloth experience, but no. Yeah, no. I'm a corner store girl. Yeah. So I like stuff that feels good. And, I've been surprised by a white tablecloth restaurant and I thought that was rolling. Yeah. You know what I mean? Dukes. I cannot believe I still have not been there. I went there for the first time last year. It was mind blowing. Wow. It was that damn good.
It was that good.
That damn good, man. I ate at the bar though.
Yeah, I like eating at the bar.
Yeah.
That's nice.
But it was so, so good. That was my first time eating it. I grew up with lower income. So like we never went out to eat. Right. So now I still have the habit of not going out to eat.
Yeah. And my excuse too, with like not going out to like the nice spots, is I feel like there's such date nights. And when I'm going to go on a date, I'm not going. Seriously. And I do find that whenever I'm going to those places, it's because a guy asked me on a date. Or they're like, hey, I want to take you out to dinner. Mm-hmm. It's so funny. Because that's why I haven't been to all these really nice restaurants.
I've never been to, when I look at, and I've worked on things. I saw the people from Commanders, when I was doing the Today Show for Mardi Gras. And we talked about doing some stuff together, but I've never eaten there.
Yeah.
Not one time.
We got to go for lunch. We got to go for the Friday lunchtime. Their new chef, Meg, she's amazing.
Really?
Yes. She's really good. Like what they're creating there is really good. But I haven't gone in a long time either. So we should do it.
Their branding is insane.
Yeah. So your book, Cooking for the Culture. Thank you so much for sending me this book. Right when you finished it, I got this in the mail. And I thought that was so sweet because we haven't talked in years. So it just shows how we've always been connected. And it's beautiful. And it's so well done. And you could your heart and soul is in this. Where can people get this book? And what do you want to say about this?
Anywhere. Amazon, Books A Million, Barnes and Nobles, anywhere, Walmart, anywhere, local shops has it. I will say this about the cookbook. I believe that it's a cookbook and a low-key memoir. And it tells you about my story. Like I cook my way even through my teenage pregnancy cravings. Like the things I craved when I was pregnant. I talked about that whole moment, how I found out when I was working at that corner store. And what that night was like walking home and then my mother asking me if I could be pregnant. And then I spent my sweet 16 birthday at Planned Parenthood.
Wow.
That was the first birthday I never got a cake. You know,
Wow.
so it was a life-changing, it was very a jolt.
Yeah.
You know, I talk about that. I talk about my journey onto television. In the book, you notice there's a lot of like rich Black, like hood culture kind of vibes. You know, I put that in the book and I showed people my whole journey getting onto television and then keeping my Blackness. You know, and then evolving into what I am now and stuff like that and being unapologetic and how hard it was, you know, especially with code switching and stuff like that. It was hard to drop those little things that was like at one point for the Black community, it was like a safety net. If you change the way you speak, people, you have a better chance, you know, kind of vibe.
Yeah.
So like I talk about a lot in that cookbook and it's, you know, it's my baby and I'm glad. It's very intense. The photos are...
It's so beautiful.
Man.
Like you keep that on your shelf.
My complete vision came out my mind. There's one photo in here of the Bloody Mary shrimp and grits.
Oh, yeah.
That photo, I literally cried when he snapped it.
Wow.
And Sam said, "You saw that in your mind, huh?" And I said, "Yes." That's exactly what I saw. I love pulling things out of my mind. The next cookbook is insane.
When is that going to happen? When is that going to drop?
Juneteenth.
That's so exciting.
It's a cookbook. It's honoring, it's paying homage to and honoring the first freed woman of color who released a cookbook.
Wow.
It's unreal. It has remedies. It's like a village in a cookbook.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
It's stories in that too. So it's pretty raw. It's good. It's like something that I would gift to someone if they're having like I even put in there how to stock your kitchen. Like how to stock your cabinets if you're just moving into a place.
Oh, this is great.
How to make your own detergent. How to make your own Windex.
Yeah, like health remedies too. Like, oh, if you're feeling sick, take this.
A whole bunch of them. Tonics, teas, tinctures.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff. I put everything in there because I wanted it to be a shoulder you could tap on.
Oh, I
when you
love
don't
that.
want to talk to somebody. Or maybe when you feel embarrassed to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, this is going to be good. I've always wanted something like this.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm always like, you start Googling, but you're like, which one's the right one? And I know you know.
Yeah. And I'm telling you that I have an immunity booster soup that I'm telling you, everybody who used it during the time of having a cold was like, man, this is crazy.
Wow.
But you got to realize that I'm not against Western medicine, but I will say this. That when it comes down to vitamins and stuff like that and pills, it takes days to kick in. You could change your diet and then all of a sudden things are different.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. Fast for like a day and then try to start something new. Yeah, you'll see the difference immediately.
Yeah.
You know, but just bringing people back to a place and then showing people how to build a community too.
Oh, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
And then you also have your ice cream.
Yes.
Okay, so this vegan ice cream. Talk quickly about this. I have it next to me.
Yes.
I haven't tried this before, so I'm so excited. Poetic Justice ice cream or just ice cream?
Yeah, poetic, but just ice cream. Kind of play on the culture with Poetic Justice.
Yeah.
But like even the fact that I developed this ice cream brand, and it came to me kind of like an answer to a prayer. You know, I was just like, God, I need this, I need that, I need this. You know, I was freshly divorced. You know, even though we're cordial, all of that was the cleanest thing possible, that split. But, you know, it still was painful and whatever. And I'm just like, how can I have a stream of revenue? My mother is fighting for her life pretty much this whole year with aneurysms and brain bleeds and stuff like that. And It was just like, I can't get a regular 9-to-5 to make things. I can't do these things because I need to be flexible for her. Because all of my siblings and my dad, we're all like her home health. and that's it. Because if I do get something, then I'm going to have to pay for someone to sit with her. So it kind of doesn't make sense. And I was like, I need something. This ice cream came up. And then when I thought of the name, the branding, everything, the ideas for it, the layout, all of that was created in my mind in a download in under 6 days. Wow. And I went from thought to actually making and having a thing in under 6 days. And when I thought of the name and really stuck on it, I was like, because the name was given to me, by the way. And when the name came to me, I was like, of course my justice would be sweet.
Ooh.
And the minute I thought that, I thought this is some stuff. So that's Sweet Orleans.
Okay, Sweet
That's
Orleans.
strawberry, is gluten-free, IBS friendly as well.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
How is it this creamy?
Exactly. That's the first question everybody asks. How is it that creamy?
It's decadent. It's super creamy. It almost feels like you're eating a gelato, but it's vegan. So you don't have cream in it.
Right. Ain't it? That's Sweet Orleans.
Wow.
That's Sweet Orleans. I have all melanated vanilla, and that's butter pecan. Because, a long time ago, because see, they're going to have history blurbs with all of them. A long time ago, Black people couldn't eat vanilla ice cream unless it was on 4th of July. So that's why the Black and brown communities, they eat butter pecan so much. Somebody else Spanish said,
I didn't know
my
that.
family eats butter pecan like that too. And I said, well, that tells you something. Y'all are pretty tan. You know what I mean? But they can only eat vanilla ice cream on 4th of July. So melanated vanilla is the vanilla of my brand. I will never make a vanilla ice cream.
Ooh.
It's going to always be butter pecan for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
this is amazing. So can people get it? I know that you've teamed up with Tied Up in New Orleans, a Thai restaurant in Gentilly area.
I made them a Thai tea and an ube ice cream. I actually want to do that for more restaurants. I would love for restaurants to have me in, and I have a meal and they tell me what they're thinking, flavor profile and stuff like that. Or if I just taste their favorite like meal or whatever combo, and then I create an ice cream after. That's what I did for them.
Yeah.
I just created an ice cream for them.
Yeah.
You
gotta
Thai tea.
keep doing that.
I would like to do that for more restaurants. Yeah. And
absolutely.
I felt like
but can
that
people
was
just buy this?
Yes, indeed.
All right. Where can they get it?
Through my Instagram. There's a website as well too, Poetic Just, Justice Cream. If you look that up, you'll see it. If you see me on social media, I have all the tags in my bio and stuff like that. Toya Boudy is easy to find if that leads you easier to my ice cream. But you can order directly through the website. And that's it. And you can have it in your hands.
Perfect. And then also with your book. You can get the book anywhere.
Yep. Anywhere.
Well, we're going to have to wrap this up. And I could talk to you for hours and hours. You are so inspirational. And I'm so thankful.
I'm grateful. Yeah.
That you came on Say More podcast to talk with me. It's been 6 years, and just to catch up with you and see where we were then to now and all the things you've accomplished.
You are so burning proud up the block. I'm proud of you too. You are burning. And I've been watching. Thanks. And I think, man, everything she does is right on brand with her feel. That rawness, that East Coast feel that feels raw. You know what I mean? Like that's a fit for New Orleans.
Yeah.
I always feel like they're sister cities. Well, they're both ports.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that, we're just a little.
And especially Buffalo. And we can get more into, we're very, Buffalo and New Orleans are the same TV market size. They both are, had Catholic background. A lot of people went to Catholic private schools, have their own food culture, big blue collar city. What else? We have our own, like I said, certain foods, big sports town. And kind of have a little bit of a chip on our shoulder. You guys have extreme heat. We have extreme cold. It's interesting.
Yeah. And we have a silent chip.
Yeah.
I have to explain to people often because they think, and it's like they think New Orleans is slow and the people, no, they just speak a different way and they talk different, but they're always calculating.
Yep.
They're porch people. They're always doing this.
porch people.
Yeah, so they off the porch. When I say off the porch as a New Orleanian, that's people who see everything and know everything, but they'll act like they don't know to let you just talk to see what's going on with you.
That's so true.
Porch people do that. Where you been today?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. They know.
Yeah.
They saw you getting out of the car. They saw who left your house 2 a.m.
Yep.
But now they're asking you how your night was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
And bless your heart.
It's something. And you know, it's a relationship city though.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It is. And that's why I love it. And if you love it, it'll love you back.
That's so true. And if you, yep, that's so true.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta love it. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
Toya.
you.
It was such a pleasure.
I'm so happy for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
And thank you guys for watching or listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.